On the 11th of June 1990, after 9 years of planning, the Hovercraft to China expedition achieved its goal of reaching the navigable source of the River Yangtze. The turbo-powered diesel hovercraft Neste Enterprise had overcome all the challenges of China's greatest river to reach its goal at an altitude of 5,146 meters. That's 16,467 feet. Its exhausted crew had battled with blizzards, freezing temperatures, snow and ice, sandstorms, and the raging currents of the Yangtze. They'd even survived an accident to accomplish the first successful navigation of the Yangtze against the stream. Neste Chemicals, the major sponsor of this expedition, was proud to be associated with this fine achievement. It was 2 years earlier that the Neste Corporation, one of Scandinavia's largest industrial concerns with oil and plastics as its core business, realized that the expedition's aim of adventure with a purpose was one with which it could offer support, encouragement and partnership. The cornerstones of the project were medical and scientific, and on its journey to the source, the hovercraft would carry medical teams who would carry out vaccination programs for children in remote areas of China. The tough conditions on the Yangtze River provided the expedition and Neste Chemicals with a testing environment to monitor and develop new materials for hovercraft and related technology. This knowledge was to be shared with the Chinese Academy of Science. So it was in September 1989 that Thomas Frank, Senior Vice President, Polyolefins Division of Neste Chemicals, handed the keys of Neste Enterprise to expedition leader Mike Cole.
So, Mike, here are the keys.
Thank you. Gratefully received on behalf of the expedition team.
And God bless all the people who will sail on her. And now I'd like you, Mike, to help me and give her the name Neste Enterprise.
Please go ahead.
Okay.
The craft was named, and the hovercraft inventor, Sir Christopher Cockerell, looked on as it was launched on Southampton Water in the United Kingdom. Five months later, on a wet and murky day, Neste Enterprise was in Hong Kong for the start of her epic journey to the Yangtze source. The Neste Corporation operates in 30 countries and employs over 12,000 people. Its Hong Kong office arranged for guests and interested parties at the expedition's press conference to go on board and experience conditions in Hong Kong harbour. Local children were given presents from the company, after which they too were invited on board for a spin round one of the world's busiest harbours. Chengdu, the capital of Sichuan province, was the first rail stop for the container carrying Neste Enterprise.
Does it include the weight of the actual frame on top of it?
It was unloaded and made ready for its 7-day journey to the river. Medical seminars were conducted in Chengdu by the expedition's team of doctors. Neste Chemicals also contributed speakers and specialists to these forums. They explained that the vaccines for UNICEF-supported child vaccination programs were to be stored in solar-powered refrigerators supplied by NAPS, Neste Advanced Power Systems. NAPS also supplied solar-powered lights for hospitals requiring additional light sources. Mike Cole, the expedition leader, officially handed over this equipment to Sichuan Provincial Public Health Bureau in Chengdu.
It's wonderful in life to get something for nothing, and that's exactly what we get with solar refrigerations. The energy is free, and even on a dull day like this, it's possible for the batteries to be charged. It's quite remarkable, isn't it? And also, it's earth-friendly. We talk about saving the environment. Well, there's no pollution or fumes. It's absolutely free. And we're delighted, Professor, to be able to formally hand this equipment over to you this morning and trust that it will serve your authority well in the coming days. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Fanfares and drums herald the arrival of the governor of Sichuan province. Escorted by Mike Cole, he inspected the Neste Enterprise hovercraft. Together, the governor and Mike Cole cut the huge ceremonial ribbon. And he wished Neste Enterprise and the whole expedition team bon voyage on their journey to the river. At Malaganga, the medical team headed for Durga for the vaccination program, and the main party headed northwest to establish Camp 1 at Dunker. Dr. Rachel Pinniger explained the expedition's medical objectives to another team member.
Well, the World Health Organization and UNICEF together are supporting lots of countries around the world in what they call an expanded program of immunization. And China is involved in this also. And in most parts of China, they've done exceedingly well. But in this particular area, the coverage isn't quite so good. So we're going down to help them with that.
Great. And what are we immunizing against?
Well, there's 6 killer diseases, major diseases, that kill children if they get them. It's TB, polio, diphtheria, whooping cough, and tetanus, and measles.
Neste supplied the syringes used for the vaccination program. They're made of polypropylene produced by Neste in Belgium and moulded and assembled in Denmark by ASIC. The children understandably didn't enjoy the experience, but their vaccination ensured that they'd be safe from the diseases mentioned by Dr. Pinniger.
The fridge here, and let's just hear to see if it's working, shall we? Okay, can you hear the fan? Yep.
More NAP solar-powered units and fridges were donated to the hospital at Durga to store the vaccines for future programs.
Okay, so let's have a look inside the fridges, shall we? Here we are. Let's open it up. Let's see if it's working, shall we? Yeah, that's good. Feel it? Oh, that's good. Well, it's working well.
Heading the scientific team was Dr. Mel Richardson, senior lecturer in polymers and plastics at Loughborough University in the United Kingdom. Dr. Richardson was particularly interested in the performance of Neste gel coat, made by Neste polyester in Sweden, which was used for the hovercraft fan shroud. Neste Chemicals is one of the largest producers of polyolefins in Europe. Its other products include PVC and polystyrene, petro and industrial chemicals, polyesters and formaldehyde-based resins. Many of these materials are used in hovercraft technology, and Neste Enterprise was to have a stern test of components on her way to the source, operating in surface temperatures ranging from -10 degrees to +50 degrees centigrade. The Neste Enterprise also endured hail, rain, snow and ice, dust storms, gale force winds, and a nasty dent when she hit a rock in a series of rapids just south of Dunker. The unpredictable weather and wild swings in temperature meant team members needed to be protected too. Neste supplied hand mittens, head covering balaclavas, thermal underwear and wet-proof anoraks and trousers, and the all-important sleeping bag to curl up in at night. Everyone likes to be associated with success. The Hovercraft expedition to China wasn't a holiday, and it wasn't easy, but it was a success. The Neste enterprise was a reliable workhorse and enabled the team to forge new links with the Chinese people. Team members were able to share their medical and scientific knowledge with the Chinese and learn about their ways. The expedition's activities received widespread coverage in the newspapers and on television. New areas of cooperation were established in science, medicine and commerce. New records were set for hovering at altitude, and Neste Chemicals is proud that its presence and products contributed to that success. Neste Enterprise is set to continue her medical work, this time in the Fly Delta of Papua New Guinea. Neste Chemicals salutes the expedition's members and looks forward to assisting the next adventure with a purpose.